Alex Pereira is stepping in on short notice to face Jiri in the rematch, and this is to replace the UFC 303 fight that was meant to take place between Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. If you haven't seen yet, the Conor McGregor-Michael Chandler fight is cancelled. It's done. Conor McGregor is injured.
All right, guys, here I am again. Conor McGregor is out of 303 versus Michael Chandler with an injury. The new main event is Alex Pereira, and he is facing former UFC light heavyweight champion Jiri.
I covered a lot of MMA fight updates in yesterday's video. If you want to go and watch that, you can watch it up here. Everyone is kind of over the Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler fight, especially now that it's being cancelled and potentially moved back to August, September. God knows when that fight is actually going to happen. So instead, I wanted to show Alex Pereira some love. At the end of the day, he's a G. He's stepping in on 2 weeks' notice. The guy is pretty much becoming a worldwide, global superstar, and it's because he's making moves like this. And also credit to Jiri too. We will certainly be doing some content about Jiri on this channel, so make sure you subscribe for that. So today I want to break down some Alex Pereira sparring footage. I haven't watched this previously, but it looks like he's give his sparring partner a pretty significant cut over his eye.
Look, if you move, you gotta get out of there, son. You gotta get out of there quick, you know? You can't stay there too much. Let's try to roll. Let's try to roll. Try to roll out of there. Boom! You roll. Fuck roll. Come, get up right there. All right, stand up. Stand up. Go, son. Go. Almost done. Almost done. You know, go stand there. Come
Wow. One thing I'll give it to Alex Pereira's sparring partners, they are always game AF. They throw down. One thing that Alex Pereira does, evidenced by this clip, is he throws extremely light shots to the body. So you can see he throws these like little upcuts, little hooks. I say extremely light. They're not light whatsoever. You can still hear the thud on them. But you're seeing that shot right there that the smaller guy threw. He cracked Alex Pereira. That made Alex mad. And then the thuds of these shots that Pereira throws are just ridiculous. Let me run it back for you one more time and listen to these thuds.
roll. Fuck roll. Come, get up right there. All right, stand up. Stand up. Go, son. Go. Almost done. Almost done. You know, go stand there. Come on.
Credit to Pereira's sparring partner. If I was going in there to spar Pereira multiple times a week, I'd probably fake an injury myself. Let's take a look at some high IQ comments. Pereira definitely hits hard, but I don't know. He looks hella stiff with his boxing. He needs to spend more time in the USA and listen to some good trap music and drink a little something. It might loosen him up. Right, okay. I'm going to assume that's a troll comment, but let's comment on it regardless. Pereira isn't stiff. He just has a very awkward style. When you see Pereira throw punches, it's weird. He looks bad. He actually looks bad when he's shadowboxing. Throws punches like that, and it's like, yeah, he does look stiff, but all those punches, whether he's shadowboxing or whether he's sparring, they are the punches to lure you into a false sense of security. Those punches merely act as setup shots to basically open you up for his left hook and his right hand. Pereira's one of those fighters where he might look goofy or look stiff, but he's deceiving when he gets in there. Many of my subscribers who do martial arts or sparring on a regular basis will know what I'm talking about when I say there's always a few guys that you take a look at before you're about to spar them and you think, yeah, they're not that good. But then when you're actually sparring them, they're very awkward and very unorthodox, and you can't catch the timing, and the distance management feels off. From a distance, it looked like it would have been easy to spar them because the technique looks a little bit weird and goofy. But then, as I say, when it comes down to it, sometimes you struggle. Don't get it twisted. Alex Pereira might look hella stiff, as this guy said, but he has got extremely solid fundamentals. Someone said in the comments, he endured more than Jamal Hill. Respect. Someone said, for the love of God, cover the right side of your head, brother. Listen, you're not changing Alex Pereira now. He's going to be set in his ways. He doubles down on his strengths whilst also exposing his weaknesses within MMA. Also, Alex keeps his hands down to bait you in for those shots. Also, don't underestimate Alex Pereira's head movement. We haven't seen too much of it in his MMA fights, but when he's sparring, he gets his head off off the center line pretty nicely. Right, okay, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're new for all MMA, boxing and fighting content in general.
Não desespera, calma, 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 isso. Se fecha. Bota o bloqueio, não precisa botar volume não, mano. Bota o volume quando tem que botar. Ó, vai aqui, ó, isso aí, exatamente. Eita, estralão, pô. Aí, moleque, essa foi boa, tá vendo? Como é que foi a resposta em cima da mão? Eu vou aqui embaixo. Eu tá te cutucando. Boa, Danone. Respira, levanta a mão. Levanta a mão. Levanta a mão. Levanta a mão, filho. One side. Isso.
Oh my days, man, he's an absolute monster. Now, I'm pretty confident in saying that around maybe 70-80% of Alex Pereira's shots have the sole purpose of baiting you out into throwing something so we can counter you. We'll watch that clip again in a second, but watch how he just throws a lot of lazy punches, pretty much with bad technique. He leaves his head out there, he has his hands right down here, squared up in front of you, and you see at some moments, he's throwing a jab to the body and then moving his head, jab to the body, moving his head, jab to the body, moving his head. He throws the same jab 3 times, I think it was, and it's because he's trying to bait out his sparring partner into throwing something so then he can counter that. And often that's why he's kind of losing his fights up until boom, it's lights out. Like, think about it. When have you ever seen Alex Pereira dominate every single round from start to finish? It doesn't usually work like that. If an Alex Pereira fight is going to a decision, I can probably guarantee that he's going to be on the losing end of it. So it's kind of like he's losing or the fight is even until he decides to put your lights out. But that's because he's waiting. He waits for the perfect time. He's trying to draw specific shots out of you. Alex Pereira has an extremely high fight IQ. A lot of people just talk about his power. People don't talk about how smart he is in there. So watch again, take a look at Alex Pereira's guard, where his hands are. Look at the shots he throws. Sometimes he'll throw the same shot 3 times in a row, which is usually a little bit of a no-no, but it's because he's trying to bait out his opponent into throwing what he wants them to throw. And then also check out his head movement. We don't see him fight like this that much in the UFC, probably because there's bigger consequences with the smaller gloves.
Não desespera, calma, isso. Se fecha. Bota o bloqueio, não precisa botar volume não, mano. Bota o volume quando tem que botar. Ó, vai aqui, ó, isso aí, exatamente.
Those body hooks and body uppercuts, so nice.
Eita, estralão, pô.
You see those punches as well, by the way? The punches are literally like this. There's no technique to them, but there's not meant to be. Those punches have zero intention of doing any damage or even pretty much landing. I'd argue that he's not even trying to find his range with those punches. Maybe so a little bit, but my main argument for why he throws punches like that, it's not to find his range, it's to pull out a shot from his opponent so then he can counter it. Body again. Body.
Aí, moleque, essa foi boa, tá vendo?
Head movement there.
Como é que foi a resposta em cima da mão? Eu vou aqui embaixo.
Body. I think he throws another jab. Look what he's doing here. He's trying to get his sparring partner to throw at him. He's keeping his head there for a reason, so then he can pull back and throw that right hand to the body.
Eu tá te cutucando.
See, he's done it again. And as I say, you usually wouldn't throw 3 shots in a row because there's a higher probability that your opponent could time you, unless you are purposefully trying to set a trap. Now, does Pereira get caught? He does. Pereira always gets caught in his kickboxing fights, in his MMA fights, in his sparring. And people who are saying, Pereira, get your hands up. As I say, he's not going to get his hands up. This is Pereira's style. He's just going to get better at doing this style and just make sure that his takedown defense is decent. He's a BJJ black belt now, remember. Knocked out Jamal Hill and got his black belt in grappling. That's kind of funny.
Boa, Danone. Filho, levanta a mão. Levanta a mão. Levanta a mão. Levanta a mão, filho. One side. Isso.
tell you what, tough fellas these. It's a hard life when your main job is to go in and get battered by Alex Pereira to get him ready for his next fight. Look at this stupid divvy here. Jamal knocks you out in the rematch. Brother, you can't keep stepping to Alex's power side. You have to punch and then hit angles. Dude just became a punching bag. Okay, my G, you should get in there with Alex Pereira and do it better. And here's the thing, you guys. I've done that 3 videos in a row now. I must have Sean Strickland on the brain. Talking about what you should do, whether it's in the Instagram comments or whether it's in a video like mine, is one thing. Actually doing it when you've got the 6'4" behemoth, scary big Brazilian totem pole head standing in front of you, trying to do it then is a whole different story. That's why I hate people who get on Instagram and act like they know better. I'll tell you straight up now, if someone can batter me, I've got no ego about it. I'll tell you when I'm out of shape. I'll tell you when I can't fight and when I'm uncoordinated. And I'll tell you when my knowledge has slipped a little bit. I'm not trying to be an expert, just giving my opinion. But the thing is, the internet has given everyone a voice, but not everyone deserves a voice. A lot of these people in the comments have got empty profiles, haven't got any martial arts experience whatsoever, and just watch the UFC and boxing and think that they know it all. Also, let's just take a moment to glaze Alex Pereira a little bit more and his swag.
Alex Pereira, what the fuck?
Which way are we going? Alex Pereira, let's go! Oh my God, he's crazy, bro. Guys, I'll tell you, just to you. Just these guys.
Imagine not following the UFC or kickboxing and not knowing who Alex Pereira is, and then getting into a street fight with him and his homie on a night out. It would be straight up suicide what you're getting yourself into. Okay, here we have the 3rd clip of Alex Pereira sparring.
Bota a mão, respira, levanta a mão, levanta a mão. Levanta a mão.
In fact, I think that's a part of the clip that we just watched. Alex Pereira, damn, he's a scary man. I'm a big fan of Jiri Prohaska. As I say, they're set to have their rematch on June the 29th on the UFC 303 fight card, replacing Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. I'm extremely excited for this fight. I think it's going to be a war. I think Jiri Prohaska is going to be able to make some adjustments, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Poatan. Pereira just looks too good, and I actually believe he's going from strength to strength. I believe Alex Pereira's striking only ever gets better. I believe his takedown defense is obviously going to get better, but that is the hole in his game that Jiri Prohaska has to exploit. We're not going to do a full official prediction. We'll do that closer to the fight in 2 weeks' time. What do you guys think? How do you guys think Alex Pereira is looking here? Comment down below all your thoughts. Appreciate all your support. I read every single comment. Thanks for liking the videos, helping me get through these copyright strike times. We have good news on the horizon. Subscribe for daily fighting content. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow.